and I want you to listen with your hearts. I'm going to contextualize the 7th of October. Then I'm going to speak about what preceded the 7th of October and suggest our path forward, inshallah. 1 year and 1 day ago, by October 6th, 2023, Israel had illegally besieged Gaza for 16 years. By October 6th, Israel made 2023 one of the deadliest years for Palestinians. By October 6th, Israel violently set our lands ablaze, looted and stole our lands, imprisoned us without charge or trial. By October 6th, Palestinians had endured 75 years of ethnic cleansing, apartheid, and ongoing Nakba shame. And so, last year, on October 7th, the 16-year siege on Gaza was breached. Palestinians broke through the imprisoning walls and walked on lands they were expelled from in 1948. On October 7th, Gaza broke free. A military operation in the midst of apartheid, an act of decolonization, a breaking through of the illegal blockade, and almost a century of occupation where the invincibility of so-called Israel diminished. The last 365 days that followed, Israel committed and continues to commit acts of terror and war crimes bankrolled and supported by the US, by Canada, and by Europe. Shame. In 1 year, 41,802 Palestinians have been confirmed killed, and the medical journal Lancet estimates the death toll to be over 300,000 Palestinians. Shame. In 1 year, 75,000 tons of bombs have dropped on Gaza. In 1 year, 1.9 million Palestinians have been forcibly displaced. 902 Palestinian families have been wiped out. 986 healthcare workers have been murdered. 174 journalists assassinated. All universities obliterated. And 96% of the population of 2.3 million in Gaza now faces a forced famine. And they call it self-defense. Self-defense, the sole prerogative of the occupier, of the oppressor, a fabricated justification to commit mass murder. Shame. Self-defense, Sidra, whose body hung off a building with both her legs blown off. 6-year-old Hind, who was murdered while begging the Red Crescent to save her life. Rifat Al-Arir, professor, writer, and educator, targeted and murdered. Ismail Al-Ghul, journalist, targeted and killed. None of it is self-defense. All of it is terrorism. A year of mass slaughter, a year of bombing schools and hospitals, a year of bombing evacuation areas, a year of dismembered bodies, a year of mass graves, a year of being told What shade of skin do we have to be for the world to defend our right to live with dignity and sovereignty? A year of genocide and 76 years of occupier and occupied and unequal struggle. Under this occupation, Israel has no right for self-defense against the territory it occupies. Under this occupation, Palestinians fighting colonialism and a racist regime have the right to self-defend and have the right to legal armed resistance under human international law. 1 year and the world has changed forever. Every single person walking on this earth is either standing up for Palestinian liberation or Palestinian obliteration. There is no in between. 1 year and we learned that we have allowed Gaza, what we have allowed Gaza can happen everywhere as we witness the same atrocities committed in Lebanon. The entire Arab world is a threat. Shame! 1 year and we learned that the world we sanction is the world we get. The world we sanction is the world we get. That's why we say, sanction Israel. Once we sanction Israel, that is the world we get right now. Our world is a world where Arabs that look like me and you are slaughtered and the whole world stays silent. As you stand amongst the names of over 31,000 murdered Palestinians, not even half the estimated death toll, remember that our fight is strongest when united. We all have one enemy, and we all have one goal: decolonization. Decolonization, breaching through the 16-year siege in Gaza. Decolonization, refusal to succumb to the oppressor's defeatist narrative. Decolonization, standing in solidarity with our indigenous siblings on Turtle Island. Decolonization, educating, learning, and speaking about Palestine, Lebanon, Congo, Sudan, Haiti, Artsakh, the list goes on, and their right to their lands. Decolonization, supporting our resistance on the ground while doing our part here in the West. Decolonization, continuing to show up to actions to pressure our MPs to pay attention to us and meet our demands. Decolonization. So we demand for our governments to end their support for Israel and end their complicity in the genocide and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. We demand an immediate two-way arms embargo that ends the selling and purchasing of armed goods from Israel, who is responsible for our deaths. We demand an end to the occupation. An end to the occupation. An end to the occupation. A lifting of the siege on Gaza. A lifting of the siege on Gaza. A lifting of the siege on Gaza. The recognition of Palestine as a single state from the river to the sea. We will continue to collectively come together, united because we are strongest, united, in the name of a liberated tomorrow, to grieve, to heal, to share knowledge, and to resist all forms of oppression on our people until the dawn of liberation breaks over Palestine from the river to the sea. Palestine.